ये एक मंजिल है तो रास्ते भी होंगे और एक मेंटर भी जो मुश्किलों को आसान बना दे। नतीजे संयोग नहीं होते, दूसरों से बेहतर स्कोर होते हैं। GS Score, an institute for civil services.
Good career is a process, and mentoring at GS Score is driven by primarily two objectives. One is empowerment and another is excellence. This is what we are known for.
कामयाबी की राह पर 1000 से भी ज्यादा निशान। GS Score.
Hello aspirant, myself Aravind and I have secured All India rank 22 in UPSC Forest Service Examination 2022. So before that I have given UPSC interview once and I have cleared UPSC prelims twice. And if you think of, I'm in a better position to share you my story so that you can take the inputs to use in your prelims preparation as well as your mains preparation in all over in your civil service as well as your forest service preparation, particularly for the prelims examination. So to give some examples, I had scored around 127 in 2016 examination. At that time the cutoff was 116, and in 2019 I scored almost 117 at a time when the cutoff was almost 95, I guess, if I'm not wrong. And in 2022 also the civil service cutoff was 87.5 and I was able to score close to 110. So I would like to share you some strategies which I used in all these years that have helped me to secure such a high mark in prelims examination when it comes to the cutoffs. So to start with, the first strategy I use in my prelims examination is to do familiar with the previous year UPSC question paper. In my last attempt in 2022 prelims examination, I have worked out with almost last 12 years UPSC question paper from 2010 onwards. Even though the syllabus was bit different from 2013 onwards, I stick to the 2010 question paper, 2011 question paper and 2012 question paper because in all these years there were many topics which got repeated year after year, which UPSC repeated every year. So I found some similarities with the themes and topics asked in every UPSC prelims examination. So in practicing with previous year UPSC question paper, I was able to understand the recurring themes, I was able to understand the recurring factual questions, and even I got some very rare questions which was unable to get from any traditional books. So this is one important strategy if you want to clear high scores in forest service examination or prelims examination. Do practice well with your UPSC question paper because that's the best source you can get in the market. So that is one thing. And second thing, again, if you want to score very high in prelims, you shouldn't make any unnecessary mistakes or silly mistakes. So if it is not an exam environment, every people can easily score 100 plus marks in UPSC prelims. But given the exam condition, given the exam pressure, it will be very difficult for 90% of the aspirants to manage that stress and pressure during the exam. So my advice, my second strategy to do away with that particular strategy or particular exam pressure is to do practice. If you practice more number of questions daily, or daily in the sense, if you practice more number of questions in a very frequent time, especially very close to prelims examination, in that 2-3 months, if you practice a high number of question paper, you will get used to that exam condition, and you should do that with that 2 hours time period also, because that 2 hour time period, if you do continuously that 2 hour test regularly, it will your muscle memory will be adjusting to it, your brain will be adjusting to it, and your body will be adjusting to it, so that you can do it as naturally as you are doing in your home or in your flexible conditions. So that is my second strategy. Practice as many number of question paper you can do before the exam. So these are the 2 points that I would like to share with you. And third thing is, do familiar with the UPSC language. You cannot do all the questions with the content. By relying upon your content, you cannot do all the question paper. So for some sort of questions, the phrases used by UPSC, the language used by UPSC will be very relevant to solve that particular question. So understand UPSC's phrases and usage, that too going through UPSC question paper, if it is possible for the last 10 years. That is my another strategy. By practicing UPSC question paper, you will get the content as well as you will get used to the language used by UPSC and the phrases used by UPSC. That is another thing I have to share with you. And the third thing, focus upon 2 or 3 subjects. Master those 2 or 3 subjects so that you can score relatively well in those subjects even though you are fumbling up with other subjects. For my case, I focused heavily upon geography, environment ecology and science and technology because I'm a bit good with technical subjects like these. So I gave my focus bit upon these technical subjects and I really worked upon some deeper into these subjects so that I couldn't make wrong the questions asked from these subjects. So relatively I got some edge in these 3 subjects. So that is my another strategy I used in the last attempt as well. I mastered some of the subjects rather than going on the top of these subjects. So that is another strategy I used in prelims examination. Then another strategy, definitely current affairs. So what I did for current affairs is apart from following newspaper like the Hindu or Indian Express, what I did was I tried to collect maximum number of current affairs question paper from multiple institutions because I didn't rely upon reading new current affairs magazines because I was doing newspaper. So that was enough for me. So if you're doing newspaper, then the next thing you can do is practice maximum question paper on current affairs as well. There are many institutions in the market who conducts current affairs tests exclusively. So I collect 20 to 25 question paper from exclusively from current affairs and I practice that current affairs question paper regularly. I try to study the content because for current affairs it is content which is very important rather than the phrases and usages. So current affairs you can do that thing. Either you do the newspaper perfectly plus some current affairs question paper, or according to your convenience you can do the magazines also. So this was my strategy for current affairs. Then definitely note making. It is your note which is going to be helpful for you in the last moments. Rather than piling up PDF magazines or printed magazines, I tried to make short notes in whichever the subjects I could make for. For example, in history and in ancient and medieval India, because if you start reading a PDF material or a textbook material, there is going to be a lot information in the last 2-3 days. So I went through the standard textbook for history as well as art and culture 1 or 2 times, and after the second time I tried to make a short note because I know that all these subjects the weightage is comparatively minimal and the chance of getting correct questions is comparatively minimal compared to other subjects like polity, geography, etc. So it is my short notes I only relied upon in the last 2-3 days to revise. So that is my another strategy for art and culture, ancient and medieval India and modern India. And definitely the another strategy for clearing high mark in prelims is to how well you know the standard textbooks. See, in market there are a lot of standard textbooks. For history we have Bibhan Chandra or Spectrum. For polity we have definitely Lakshmikant. And for geography we have resources from institutes like PMF IAS or institute like that. So do well with your standard textbook. If you have a very good conceptual understanding regarding the standard content of these textbook, it is very easy for you to correct those questions which are recurringly asked. So that is another strategy. If you are not well with your standard textbook, if you are not well with your standard content, make sure that you do it again. Then only you can make sure that you are doing the standard questions correctly. So this is my another strategy to work or perform well in prelims examination. And final strategy I can suggest is your confidence. It's all a mind game. If you fumble up in your exam center or in that 2 hours, all your preparation in that 1 year will be gone. So make sure that you stay confident in your final day, till your final day, sleep well, eat well, do physical exercises because physical health is as much as important as mental health to clear such an examination. So physically you should be strong enough, mentally you should be strong enough to score high marks in UPSC prelims. So I believe these are the some of the strategies that we can make use for a competitive examination like UPSC prelims as well as forest service prelims. So this is it. This is the strategy which I have used for clearing prelims. So for more details and the resource books I have used, I will share your Telegram channel used by me, and I will be continuously posting some free resources so that you guys can actually make use of it. Thanks for DKT for offering me such a platform to let other aspirants know about the preparation used by people like us, so that we can also be a helpful tool to them, so resource person to them. So all the best to every aspirant.